Hello to all of you. I hope everybody is good, sound, and safe. We recently did a webinar on the bump in the road strategy. So, in case you did not have a chance to listen to that or to attend that webinar, here's a video for you. So, let's say that you struggle with your speech in any way and and you start working on your speech with the Pro90d speech system. So, what this journey would look like? Let's say you're here right now and you want to reach your goal, which is, let's say, here. So, how your journey would look like, it would look like, it would look more like this. You would be going up, you would be going down, up and down, up and down, up and down, experiencing the highs, experiencing the lows. But if you notice, your overall movement would still be upwards and towards your goal as long as you're working on your speech, as long as you are consistent in this process of working on your speech and taking your speech and your life towards the next level. So, what do these highs and lows represent? Highs are the times where you're speaking extremely well, where you're experiencing smoothness, and all of those things while you're still inside the process. Lows are sometimes where you experience failures, where maybe you get stuck a few times, where maybe you mess up a few times. So, this video explains what do you do in those times where you mess up, right? What we usually do is that if we are working on our speech, we only expect successes and not failures. Now, that is not very helpful because, as I've said, you are changing a habit that you have been forming from a long time. You are actually having to change the structure of your brain. So, this would not be very easy that you start working on it and you keep experiencing the success even inside the process. Yes, you would start experiencing success from the first day, but you also have to expect that sometimes you might fail. Sometimes you might get stuck a few times. Sometimes you might mess up a few times, and that is completely normal. That is completely a part of this process. Regardless of a bit of these failures, regardless of you messing up sometimes, if you keep working on your speech, if you keep moving and going ahead in the right way, you keep being consistent with your speech, you'll reach your goal. You'll reach where you want to reach. Now, what this bump in the road strategy means. Let's say you're moving on a road, in fact, you're driving on a road and you hit a bump. What do you do? Do you go back over that bump and say, why did I hit that bump? That was such a huge bump. I hope I did not hit that bump or whatever. And then you keep worrying about it and keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Do you do this? No, you don't do this. Even if you hit a bump, you keep moving ahead in your road because your focus is your goal. Your focus is your destination where you want to reach. You make sure that you don't hit bumps, but even if you do hit a bump, instead of worrying about it, going back and forth, you just keep moving forward, you keep moving ahead. Likewise, when you're working on your speech, even if you get stuck, instead of worrying about it, saying, why did I mess up? I hope I did not mess up. I'm working on my speech. I should not get stuck. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Instead of going back and forth over it again and again in your mind and messing up the rest of your speech, messing up the rest of your conversation, you just keep moving ahead. You just keep moving forward, keeping your goal in your mind that I am moving on my journey to smooth and excellent speech. And experiencing these lows are just a part of this process. You have to expect failures. The more you go out, the more you use your new speaking style, the more of those successes you would experience. But you also expect that you might fail a few times. But even if that happens, You do not worry about it because you just realize, oh, that's just a bump in my road to smooth an excellent speech, and you keep moving forward. You keep moving ahead and enjoying the rest of your conversation, enjoying the rest of your speech. Because the more you keep moving forward, the less you would be focused on getting stuck. I hope I don't get stuck. I hope I don't hit a bump. I hope this doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen. And the less you would be focusing on those things, the less they would happen. The more you would be focused on smooth and excellent and amazing speech, the more that would happen. And that is where we need to get our focus towards. And that is the main thing. Now, this is certainly a point where one on one coaching helps. If you're working with a one on one coach, even if you fail, he would make you realize that's completely fine, that's a part of the process, and your job, your goal is to keep moving forward, keep being consistent with it, and not worry about these small bumps in your roads. That's completely okay, that's completely fine, and that's just a part of the process. So if you're working on your speech with the system and you experience failures, lows, don't worry about it. In fact, that's good. If you're failing, it means that you are really trying, you're going out, you're speaking. So that's good. The more you speak, the more you try to use your new speaking style, the sooner you'll reach your goal of where you want to reach. Now, that is the most important point to keep in your mind. You make sure that you don't hit bumps, you make sure that you keep using your new speaking style and keep speaking smoothly. But even if you hit a bump, you are completely fine with it. Just like if you're going on a road, just like if you're driving on a road, you would make sure that you don't hit bumps. If you see a bump ahead, you would move around it. You would go on the right side of it, on the left side of it. Maybe you would slow down your car, just like you can slow down your speech. You would do whatever you want to make sure that you don't hit that bump. But even if you do hit it, you would not just keep going back and forth, worrying about it, this or that. You would just keep moving forward. You would just keep moving ahead. And that is where one on one coaching also helps. A one on one coach helps you keep encouraged, he gives you feedback, and he keeps you accountable throughout this process. So for those of you who don't know, if you would like to get inside the one-on-one coaching in order to accelerate your progress to smooth speech, you can also work one-on-one with me. I have been working with clients for the past year all over the world, and I have been helping them experiencing amazing smooth speech in a very short period of time. Not because I use this system, I transform my speech, but now I have had a lot of experience as a coach, knowing what works for clients and knowing what would work for an individual client, what thing specifically should work for a client. So I know the different steps that you would need in your speech to take it towards the next level. So if you want to reach a goal in a very short period of time, one on one coaching might be the best option for you. And as I explained, now you can also work one on one with me. If you are interested in that, I've left over a link to schedule a one on one assessment, a free assessment session with me, so that we can actually assess your speech and I can let you know about some best coaching options for you. So we have some very special pricing options for working with myself in order to make this coaching more and more affordable for you. So don't miss this opportunity. This would be an amazing opportunity for you to get the coaching at a very affordable fee, at a very affordable price. Okay, I'm also leaving the link for the self-study course in case someone would want or would like to start with that. But the best option is obviously one-on-one coaching, because it helps you reach your goal much faster than you can move yourself towards that goal. So I hope this video found you well, and just keep liking it, sharing it, subscribing it so that I can reach out to more and more people who need this type of content. See you in the next video. Thank you.